this is Overpass Insights. My name is Eric and I make apps. Now today I want to talk about the speedboats and the rafts of software architecture. Alright, so to my fellow software developers out there, have you ever had this experience of coding something that you were so proud of that you couldn't help but looking at it again and again, right? That feeling of, I had this idea in my head, maybe you documented, maybe you diagrammed it, right? You had this idea in your head and then you were able to sit down and you did it and everything was perfect, right? You didn't run into any roadblocks, you didn't have any trouble connecting to the API, like the GUI looked exactly the way you thought it would, it's just elegant, and you can't help, like after you've coded it, even before it goes live, just to take out your phone and look at it and just try to, dude, that's cool, right? I'm having one of those experiences over the last few days. So over the last few months, I've been taking on a lot of contract projects, just sort of doing a lot of coding myself, right? As opposed to taking on more client projects, because we're trying to like clear the decks a little bit, so I can focus more on our own applications. Because the last few years, it's been mostly client work, and there's still a lot of client projects out there, but we're just turning them down, right? So I'm doing a lot of coding on client projects, trying to get them done, trying to get them over the line, and some other ones which are just, they just seem like they would be fun, so I'm doing them myself, and it's kind of a nice feeling. And there's one I'm working on at the moment where, again, it's like I have the time and the resources to do it well, which is fantastic, right? It's a great feeling. Any of you guys out there who've done apps or any kind of software, you probably know what that feeling is like, because by contrast, there's so many times where I've worked on something, either another developer has done it and I've taken it over, or sometimes it's something that I've done and my skills weren't the way that they should have been, or I just didn't have the time to do it properly, and it's just like, it works, but one of these days I'm gonna fix it and like never get around to fixing it. So the way I think of it is like, sometimes you make a speedboat, right? You make something that's just sleek and elegant, like that code is elegant, that interface is elegant, like you had all the right graphics, you found all the perfect icons on Font Awesome or Ionicons or whatever, and everything just matched perfectly, right? You didn't need to have a whole lot of trouble with design work, everything is just perfect, and everything connects, and it's all like, air handling, everything is perfect, and you got this other side over here, you have the speedboat, and then you have the life raft, or like not even the life raft, like one of those old nasty huckleberry fin rafts that just like, it's patched together, you're not proud of it, but it floats. And sometimes you just have to go that way. Right, I think about when I'm doing client projects, like sometimes, like if I'm doing a client project, we have to do the speedboat, or at least it has to look like the speedboat, right? It has to be stable, it has to be robust. But when you're doing your own stuff, like if I have a script that's running on a cron job, like doing some of my own stuff, maybe I'll have some hard-coded database passwords in the script, like not in a config file, because it was just like just putting it together, whatever, right? I didn't have the time to do it, and it just had to get done, and I don't want to make a whole meal out of it, right? And as a developer, sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you just have to do it quickly, right? The reason, like every single one of us software developers, when we start to do something, we want to have the speedboat. And sometimes we don't have the skills yet, so we're just learning something, and we don't know the best way to do something, and then sometimes over time we see other people do stuff. We see how, like, ideally as a software developer, I think every software developer should look at other people's code, whether it be on GitHub, whether it be you work on a development team, because that's how we get better, right? We get better because we see how other people arrange things and organize things, and ideally a software project, it should be something that somebody else should be able to pick up and relatively easily understand how it's going on. And sometimes we have projects that aren't like that, right? So it's something that, the reason that we put out those life rafts, the nasty huckleberry fin rafts, and we never do it intentionally. It happens a lot of times because of scope creep. So we had that elegant solution, and we diagrammed everything out. We had an idea of how everything would work, and then maybe a client comes by and has something like a new idea or something completely different. And most of the time we try to architect something so that we can handle a lot of changes and additions. This is why we use loose coupling and dependency injection and that kind of stuff, as opposed to just, you know, straight out, you know, tightly coupled objects and stuff like that. So we try to do things that way, but sometimes you just can't anticipate everything. So we'll get something in that comes in, and then we're like, we're already over budget on this project, you know, and they don't want to pay for it. So then we just start tacking stuff on, and that elegant speedboat becomes like a speedboat pulling a trailer with like a bunch of, you know, flotoons on the side of it. It's just nasty and becomes less elegant as you go. So that's one of the reasons. The other time is time, right? Sometimes you have to get something out there, you have to get it done quick, and you know, and you just don't have the time to do it. So it's nice when we do have those opportunities to do it. Now I know some corporate developers who they very frequently are able to do elegant designs, and it's a perfect way to be. They're able to unit test everything, they're able to have full code coverage, but sometimes that's just not always possible, and it just feels fantastic. It feels amazing when you have time to sit down and do it the way it should be done. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys. I mean, you guys, hopefully if you're a software developer, you know what that feels like. If you're just starting out and you don't know what that feels like, and everything feels like a slog and a chore because everything is new to you, it gets better. It gets better as you get the experience, and even somebody who's, you know, it's experience to where something, you know, you talk about unit testing. A lot of people say they don't do unit testing because it adds so much time to the project, but when you look at a developer, or when you talk to a developer who's been unit testing and doing test-driven development their whole, like, for years, it doesn't add any time onto it. It adds very little time onto it because they know what they're doing. So anyway, tell me in the comments if you guys have had a similar situation where you were just so pleased. I had an email from somebody recently talking about how he rewrote some of his apps in Flutter and how he was just like, dude, this is cool, this is slick, I love working with this, and which is a great feeling sometimes when you just get to do that. So anyway, just wanted to say, hey, how you guys doing? Don't forget our live stream is going to be on Friday nights, and I hope you guys have liked and subscribed to the channel. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I'll talk to you again next time.